Today we will talk about Srimad Bhagwat Geeta. There are many Sanskrit literatures. Some are called religious, and prominent among these literatures are two: the Ramayana, based on the life of Lord Rama, and Srimad Bhagwat Gita, which consists of dialogues between the warrior Arjuna and the Lord Krishna, his chariot driver, the driver of his chariot. Gita is also called the fifth Veda because it consists of the principles of life. What is life all about? The philosophy of life. Calling it a related to Hindu religion or any of the rituals of Hindu religion is baseless. We never talk about religion in this book, in this Kavya. See, this Gita was written by Lord Ganesha and narrated by Maharshi Vedvyas, with the condition that Lord Ganesha will write only after understanding it. So is the life also. Don't do anything unless you understand it. Don't read further unless you understand what you have already written. The Mahabharata, the battle was between the family members only. One side was Dhritarashtra and his sons, and other side was Pandavas, the son of the elder brother of Pandu, elder brother of Dhritarashtra, who was Pandu. Now, the whole thing started when the legitimate rights of the Pandu's sons were not given to them, when all negotiation failed. And before the war, every effort was made to evade the war, try to tell them the effects of war and reach at a amicable solution, but nothing matured. When the battle started, the whole thing was narrated to Emperor Dhritarashtra by his minister Sanjay, and he was narrating what all was happening in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, the place where the battle took place. Nowhere in the epic there is any mention of Kurukshetra as a battlefield. It is called a Dharmkshetra because the war was for a cause of religion. And what is a religion? Religion is a way of life. Religion is what all is your responsibilities, your duties, and the way you execute them. That's all is Dharma. The Gita starts with a shloka where Dhritarashtra asks Sanjay to describe what all is happening. He says, Dharm Kshetre, Kurukshetre, Samaveta Yutsava, Mamaka Pandavascha, Kim Kurvat Sanjaya. इस कुरुक्षेत्र की धर्म भूमि में, in the religious place of this battlefield, what all is happening? Dhritarashtra thought he is right. Pandu's sons thought they are right. For various reasons. And finally the battle starts. When the battle starts and Arjuna comes forward to have a look at all the positions taken by different warriors and their soldiers, he feels grieved. He felt as if his whole body is shaking. He has total despair for himself. He says, what for? Why should I kill my own relatives? All are my family members, which I see in front of me. They are very fond to me. I have lived for years and years with them, played around with them, got taught by them, lived in a very amicable and very happy situations. Now, now you are telling Lord Krishna that I should fight a war. I should kill them. Even if I kill them, what do I get? After all, for living on this earth and enjoying, you need close associates, relatives, people you love. If I kill them, where is the enjoyment? Even if I get all your heavens which you talk about, forget about this earth, still it is not worth. My teachers are there, my grandfathers are there, my mother's brothers are there, my cousins are there, and you are telling them to kill them. Where are they? What is the duty? To kill up my own family and say this is the thing I should do? Now from here, Krishna gives them the whole philosophy of life. What is Gita is all about is about the nature, about the gods, about the time, about the different ways of worshipping, different types of deeds that we do, and what is their result. What is renunciation? To whom we should donate and we should not donate. What is the actual purpose of our organs engaged in work, engaged in senses, how we should control anger, how we should be more liberal maybe, how we should be live a life which gives a life which is very satisfying, which leads us to salvation, which leads us to enjoyment. There is no mention of any religion anywhere, because religion is a way of life, and way of life cannot be where you do not execute your duties and responsibilities. Your duties towards self, towards your family, towards your society, towards your nation. If any duty is harmful to any of the causes for which you work, then that is not the way the duty has to be executed. If any of your actions give some harm to any of the family members, any of the society members, or the nation, then your way of working is no good. If any of your sensuous organs satisfaction leads to the type of deed which is not in harmony with the interests of the self or the society, then that action is no good. And if you get a deed or to which you get so engrossed and you are very determined to get a result, that may also betray your very purpose. You have to work, and you have to work in a very disciplined way, and working is the only thing you can control. You are always under the strict rules of nature all the time. Nowhere you can deny the established rules. Any harm to the nature, the results will come back to you. What we call asakti, if you get engrossed, addicted to a work, that is also not good. Work for the work's sake. Don't look at the results, because if you don't get the results, you feel grief. If you work and feel that I should get the result, a proper result, and even if you don't get it, you are not driven to a state of maybe depression or grief, then only it is good. It is not necessary that you work and you will get the results, because results have got their own time values. Karmano vadhikaraste. We have only control, right on our deeds. And there are 100 types of deeds categorized with result, without result, useless deeds, अकर्म है, विकर्म है. These all are defined in Bhagwat Gita. Even worshipping, you need not go to the rituals. And you can even go to the rituals. Even you can take God as your friend and work and worship him like a friend. Take him as a father, mother, still it is good enough. Even a relationship of husband wife, God can be taken also like that. God is everywhere. That's what in Bhagavad Gita also he says, Aham Atma Gudakesh Sarvabhutanam Sthito. I'm in every soul, I'm in everybody, everything which is living, I'm there as soul. Nobody can pollute me, nobody can kill me, nobody can do any sort of, create any sort of defect in me. I'm always there to guide you. And I will always guide you in the right direction. This is all which is in Bhagavad Gita. Even if you say the end of Bhagavad Gita, there also, where is Lord Krishna and and warrior like Arjuna? The victory has to be there. Lord Krishna is a symbol of righteousness. Lord Arjuna, warrior Arjuna, is a symbol of dedicated deeds, always inclined to do work, always inclined to fight against the evils, always ready to fight for his rights. We don't have to forgo our rights in life. We have to fight for it. Otherwise, injustice will prevail. So wherever you work righteously, dedicated way, regular way, and the incessant effort towards that, you are bound to get victory. So Bhagavad Gita is all about the philosophy of life. Only in the first chapter, where Arjuna goes into despair and puts down his bows and arrows and says, Lord, this war is totally futile. That's all where the philosophy is very less and description of war takes place. Otherwise, in whole of the Gita, Lord Krishna tells him about the intricacies of life, how we have to tackle them, how your thinking patterns should go, how your work should be controlled and directed, how can you reach a level of great happiness in life. With this, I'll close. I'll come down to some of the chapters later on. But I only suggest that Gita nobody should take as a literature of Hindu religion or something like that. Take it as a literature on philosophy of life, because nature belongs to nobody, deeds belongs to nobody. Your soul is your own soul. Your, yourself, your society, your relatives, your duties, your responsibility, your rights are have nothing to do with religion. And that's all Gita talks us about. Thank you.